Welcome to week 11 in my indoor food gardening journey. Starting out here, these are my green onions. I have done so many harvests from these. They are just the onions that keep on going, and they're ready for more harvesting. Whenever they start to bend over, they're definitely ready for a harvest. They are basically cut and come again. I would like to call them perennials. These were green onions I planted from the grocery store. I just stuck the roots into the ground. You can see some that I've cut, and they just keep on coming back. Almost weekly, I would say. Within a week to a week and a half of cutting them, you're pretty close to harvesting again. Awesome value for things you can plant inside or outside in your garden. Moving into my windowsill here, these are my bell peppers I planted from grocery store bell peppers. This is a standard size bell pepper, one of the originals that I planted. I'm going to say that was 11 weeks ago now. Not all of my seeds sprouted at once. Some did not. And these little ones with toothpicks are actually mini bell peppers that I planted, I'm going to say 2 to 3 weeks ago. And I identified them with the toothpicks because I had lots of bell peppers already, as you'll see later in the video if you're new here, at different stages of growth. Some of them passed away. I had quite a few pass away since I started this journey, but lots are going strong too. So whenever I have empty space, I like to fill them in my seed trays. Some of these are empty right now, but they won't stay empty for long. Moving into the seed tray over here, we have more bell peppers. These two are babies. This one is a standard bell pepper, and this is a baby bell pepper sprout. Moving over here, these guys are ready for transplant. These are standard bell pepper seedlings, and these were all from grocery store bell peppers, big and small. And yes, I do have bugs. If you're new here, that's been an ongoing thing, but the bug problem has gotten better. So this is what they look like right now. Definitely need to do some repotting, but things are looking good in this little seed tray. This here is some lettuce. I've been holding off repotting it because every time I repot lettuce, it seems to die in my house. Different story outside, but I might end up repotting it. I don't know yet. Moving a little further along, you see I have grow lights on. These are my 2 tomato seedlings. I do have 2 more tomato seedlings in the tray. I might not have shown those, but they're growing really slow. These were all planted at the same time, believe it or not. And these ones are growing much more rapidly. They're doing super awesome in these containers. And if you've been around here for a while, you know that I've been having an epic struggle with keeping my plants alive. What seems to happen is they do well in the starter tray, and then as soon as I go to transplant them, they only live for a short time. And for the longest time, I didn't know what I was doing wrong. I kept trying to figure it out. Was it too much moisture, too little moisture, too many bugs? Couldn't figure it out. And then I had an epiphany when I was doing some transplanting this week. I think it's my cover pots that have been messing with my gardening. When I used to do seed starting in the house years ago, before I cared about what things looked like, I used recyclables, I used containers with drainage, I never ever used cover pots. And I came to the realization I might be messing with my plants using cover pots. So if I'm not mistaken, yes, I got rid of all of my cover pots. They are no longer being used. Everything is in a single pot, only one layer. And I think that possibly using a cover pot was interfering somehow with the moisture levels or evaporation or breathing of the soil. I don't know if that makes any sense, but it seems to be, I think that's something that was playing a role in why my plants were dying. So no more cover pots for me. I don't care what the pots look like, but I think I learned my lesson. It's okay for houseplants if you don't water them often to use cover pots, but maybe not so much for a food garden. If you're watering more often and they need to stay relatively moist, I've learned my lesson. So moving on, we have a little more to see. I'm going to show you what I'm so excited about. I have a couple things to show you. If you're new here, you won't have seen these before, but I say it was a week, maybe it was 2 weeks ago. If you go back in the video series, you will know when this was. I planted peas inside my house for the first time ever. I have never grown peas indoors before, always outside, and I always have fantastic luck outside growing peas, but I didn't know how this would go in my house. And check this out. These are the 2 containers that I have started both peas in, and I have fig cuttings in here. We'll talk about those after. And my peas have sprouted. I am so excited about the pea sprouts, and it didn't even take very long. Again, it might have been a week, it might have been 2 weeks, I can't remember exactly, but I think that's really fast. I'm so excited about these peas. Let's take a closer look. So in each pot, I don't remember exactly how many seeds I put. I want to say between 4 to 6 in each little pot here. And this pot here already has 3 sprouts. I am super, super stoked about this. Check this one out over here. We've got 3, and I don't know what this is here. I'm not sure actually. It's something funky going on right here. I don't know if that's, oh, it's a seed. Oh my gosh, I am losing my marbles. Let's cover that back up. It's very dry. I think I need to water that spot. It's like bone dry. That doesn't look too bad for moisture, but I'm gonna have to be very careful with the moisture. Another thing I've noted, I do think moisture was playing a role in some of the plant deaths. And I'm going to be honest, I've been getting my hands dirty. They're not that dirty right now. I did stick my finger in the dirt, but I tend to be a very clean gardener. I don't love getting dirty, and part of that is because of my real life job. I am a nurse, and I don't like to go to work with dirty hands or nails. So I'm very, very particular about the gloves I wear, when I get my hands dirty, how I'm going to clean my hands, and all of those things. But I've learned with indoor gardening, I can't wear gloves when I'm playing with the soil. I need to know very specifically how moist it is, and you cannot tell wearing gloves. So I found I've literally been sticking my fingers right in this soil to check the moisture, and I think that's been helping with my gardening strategies. Not knowing exactly when to water, I think, has been definitely hindering my successes in this indoor garden. So now I'm being more of a true gardener and really getting my hands dirty. So that's new to me. Out of 10 years of gardening, I've been super careful with my hand hygiene, and now I'm really becoming a dirty gardener. That is a really weird thing to say, but that's what it feels like. I'm feeling like I'm becoming a dirty gardener. But anyways, that's the status of my peas. Best news ever. Now let's continue the tour. We're going to climb on the stool and check up on this windowsill. So in here, I have some of my bell peppers that are absolutely thriving. Well, this one here is. It is in a very petite container, and I wish I had more of these because for whatever reason, the bell peppers in these containers are really on fire with their growth compared to all of my other containers. Just look at that. It is so healthy, lush, and it is going strong. In case you're wondering what this is, I did not buy this. This was a houseplant container, and I recycle all of my containers. I do not throw them out, so they get repurposed many, many times. So yeah, I absolutely love these mini containers. Don't really want to buy them because this project was supposed to not be spending money on, or not much money. I'm very, very happy with how these little bell peppers are doing. Coming over here, this poor little plant is my cucumber. And it is struggling along, but it's doing okay. It lost a couple leaves, but it still looks healthy. This has been my really slow growing one. Still plugging along. And this bell pepper here is in a much bigger container, and it's fine, but it's not doing nearly as well as the one beside it. It did lose a couple leaves. It's got new growth on it. And again, I don't know exactly why the difference. These ones in smaller containers are thriving compared to the bigger containers. Entering the kitchen now, I have one more thing to show you. I almost forgot about this. When I transplanted a bunch of stuff this week, I had a bit of a tragedy almost with this little cucumber plant. I broke off the roots and I thought, oh my God, I do not want to lose it. So I rushed it into a little cup with some water, and check this out. It has new roots on it. That is so exciting. So I'm definitely trying to save it. I know it's a little bit leggy, but it's still healthy, and it already has true leaves, at least one. So I really want to save it, and I think I'm in the process of saving it. So that is so lucky. Moving on top of the bed to check out another window. We do have some empty ones here. I will be emptying these and using them for something else. I do have a mini one, which is exciting. I can do some transplanting into that. Gotta take out the soil, start fresh with these guys. You can see the bugs are buzzing. Here are some more bell peppers, and look at this. They are absolutely thriving in these small little containers. This was from a cactus originally. And they are just going crazy. I truly wish I had more of these mini containers, but I don't want to buy them. And this one here too, this is another very small container, and it is thriving. These are all standard size bell peppers that were planted from a bell pepper I ate from the grocery store. Lastly, we're journeying into another room. This is actually my little computer room. And this is where I have my very first ever hydroponics growing system. I am using this as part. My hydroponics growing system is part of the WIG 2003 Winter Indoor Growing Challenge from Mike's Chaotic Gardening. And I want to say it's Junior Grows at Alaska. I might have got that name wrong. They were challenging all gardening YouTube creators to plant an indoor food garden in December. And it runs until April, this challenge, and there's little prizes at the end. So I planted lettuce seeds in my very first hydroponics garden. And it's been, I'm going to say 10, maybe 12 days now. And as far as I know, I'm going to double check with you right now, but I don't think we have any sprouts, and I'm starting to question the viability of those seeds I planted. So here is my hydroponic system. Let's just peek with you. Now I'm going to use my zoom. You can see my seeds are in here. And what are those? Are those bugs or are those seeds? I'm seeing things like right here. I don't know what that is. I hope that's not a bug. I know what's going on in here. Oh my gosh, you can see the dirt on my finger is magnified. The seeds are in there. You can probably see them, and nothing has sprouted as far as I can tell. And I do wonder, let's do a few more checks here. Nothing in this one. Nothing in this one. I won't check them all with you, but as far as I know, there are no sprouts. I'll double check that myself, but I did check last night and there was nothing. And I'm really wondering about these lettuce seeds. These are the ones I planted. This is from a Canadian seed company called Mackenzie Seeds. And if you watched one of my Baker Creek seed hauls, my live stream, I talked about how I've had poor luck with Canadian seed companies. This is one of the companies. There is another seed company that I mentioned in the live stream I've also had poor luck with. These are companies I've ordered ordered or bought multiple seed packages from over the years and had really poor luck with. And this was just one I had left. It's not super old. I'm going to say 2 years maybe. No more than 3 years old. Maybe the seeds aren't viable, but regardless, even when I got this original order of seeds from Mackenzie, really poor germination from them. So I am wondering if I should replant, because on the package it says days to sprout 7 to 10, and I know it's been 10. It might have been 12 by now. I can't even really remember. My video will tell the truth, but I'm wondering if you guys think I should remove all of those seeds that are in this hydroponic system, whatever I can see, and put something else in, because it's not looking promising. I feel like I should have had results by now. Let me know in the comments, should I give this more time or should I just remove it, put a different seed in and see what happens? It's my first time doing hydroponics, but if the seeds are bad, that's not really going to be very favorable for me. So give me your advice in the comments, start fresh or give them a little bit more time. I'm doing a very thorough check of my hydroponic system here, and I have spotted something interesting. I'm going to give you a little more zoom. Now, I don't know if you can tell, does that seed look like it's sprouting? Can I get closer? I'm not sure, but let me know what you think down below. It's the only one that looks like that, but it looks a little funky. That's going to be all for my week 11 of my indoor food gardening update. And I guess this is week 2 technically of my winter indoor gardening challenge. I was going to do a separate video, but I really can't when I have no sprouts to talk about. I can't do a separate video talking about the winter indoor gardening challenge. If I have sprouts and things happening, then definitely I'll start doing videos separately, but I am still taking part in the challenge, and I might still plan something else for this challenge, but I need something to happen in the hydroponics growing system. I don't know. I need all the comments, all the advice. Give me your analysis on the video clip I just showed you. I need some assistance from the universe of gardeners. Thank you so much for watching today, and we will see you soon with another video. Have a lovely day, evening, or night, wherever you are. Bye for now.